My name is Professor Christy Newman. My pronouns are they and them. I have two roles. I'm a professor in the Centre for Social Research in Health in ADA, and I'm also Associate Dean Engagement and Impact in ADA. My passion has always been for thinking about how queer and trans communities can thrive in a context. We know that the social, political, legal and often economic context has been profoundly unsafe for those communities, and also communities that are living more precarious lives or lives in which stigma and discrimination really impacts on their capacity to be well and to look after each other in the ways that they want to. I identify very strongly as non-binary, and that's been a remarkable process for me in coming to that in the last couple of years. As soon as I started to be called they, them, it felt so incredibly good. It's hard to explain, it just felt thrilling, deeply right, and affirming of my instinct that it was safe to be public about something that felt incredibly private. And as soon as I had that experience, I wanted it all the time. I felt very nervous about becoming public about being non-binary as somebody who had a profile in my workplace and in the communities that I work with and for. I'm at a stage of life where I actually have a voice and I have security, and that means that I can do it in a way that a lot of people can't. And so if I do it every day, it can create more opportunities for others to feel safe to do it themselves. I was contacted by a number of students who were thanking me for being open about this and saying it was the first time they'd seen somebody in a leadership role be so open about having a diverse gender, and that it meant that they felt like they could be more open, and they were deeply moved by it. And I can't tell you how much that meant to me. I'm not sure that people really understand how unsafe it can feel for trans and gender diverse people just getting out of bed in the morning sometimes. You know, the news is full of stories of legal challenges and challenges to access to care and violence and things that we need to be countering with positive stories. And I think that comes from leadership. And that actually includes things also like people in leadership, you know, explaining their pronouns when they introduce themselves. And that creates a culture in meetings and in person and online and lectures and all of the other ways in which we come together to make very clear that this is a gender inclusive space at UNSW. Allies are absolutely critical to creating an environment that feels safe. We have an ally network at UNSW which provides incredible resources to support people to find the right places to get that education as well. Everybody should be doing the ally training. The idea of community is absolutely critical to my research. It's also absolutely critical to my personal sense of who I am and how I am located in a web of care and support. I know that I have circles of people around me who I trust deeply. They understand me, they love me, they get me. Those kind of circles of care, I wish for everybody. I really believe that those are what are key to our sense of belonging, to staying well through times of stress, and we really create them through our peer networks. So something I always talk to students about is build those networks with your peers, because you'll be surprised the kinds of people that you can bring together and create that circle around you.